Assalamu alaikum. This is Sada Future Architect Valley, and today I'm going to give a review on a TED Talk by Daniel Pink, The Puzzle of Motivation. Have you ever wondered why some people work passionately even without rewards, while others lose interest despite high salaries? It's exactly the question explored in The Puzzle of Motivation by Daniel Pink. It's a talk that completely challenges our traditional understanding of what drives human behavior. At the heart of this talk is a powerful claim. The claim is that there is a mismatch between what science knows about motivation and what organizations actually do. For decades, workplaces and education systems have relied on a simple formula: reward good behavior and punish bad behavior. This carrot and stick approach assumes that if you pay people more, they will perform better. But Daniel Pink argues that this idea is outdated, and in many cases, it actually does more harm than good. To support this argument, Pink shares a fascinating experiment known as the candle problem. In this experiment, participants are given a candle, some pins, and a box, and they are asked to fix the candle to a wall so that wax doesn't drop on the table. One group is offered a reward for solving the problem quickly, while the other group is not given an incentive. Surprisingly, the group that was promised a reward took longer to solve the problem. Do you know why? Because the task required creative thinking. The reward created pressure and narrowed their focus, making it harder to think outside the box. This experiment clearly shows that while rewards may work for simple, routine tasks, they can actually reduce performance when creativity and problem solving are involved. This idea is extremely relevant in today's world. Most modern jobs are not repetitive, they require thinking, innovation, and decision making. Yet, many organizations still use outdated motivation systems based purely on bonus and incentives. So, if money is not the main motivator, then what is? According to Daniel Pink, true motivation comes from three key elements: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Let's understand each of these. First, autonomy. People perform better when they have control over their work, when they can decide how to do it, when to do it, and sometimes even what to do it. This sense of freedom creates ownership and responsibility. Instead of feeling forced, people feel empowered. Second, mastery. It's the desire to improve, to get better at something that matters. Humans naturally want to grow and develop their skills. When work provides opportunities for learning and progress, it becomes more satisfying and engaging. And third, purpose. People want to feel that their work has meaning, that it contributes to something bigger than themselves. When individuals understand the why behind their work, they become more committed and motivated. Together, these three elements create a powerful form of intrinsic motivation, which comes from within rather than being driven by external rewards. What makes this talk even more impactful in how it applies to real life, especially in education and workplace? If you look at our education system, particularly in countries like Pakistan, we see a strong focus on grades, exams, and rankings. Students are often motivated by marks rather than learning. They study to pass exams, not to understand concepts. As a result, curiosity and creativity are often lost. Similarly, in workplaces, employees are often driven by salary increments and bonuses. While these are important, they are not enough to sustain long term motivation. Without autonomy, mastery, and purpose, employee may feel disconnected and unfulfilled. Daniel's message encourages us to rethink these systems as a teacher, as a leader, or even as a parent. This talk gives us a new perspective. Instead of constantly controlling and rewarding, we should focus on creating an environment where people feel trusted, challenged, and inspired. However, it's also important to look at this idea critically. In developing countries, financial stability is still a major concern. Pakistan is one of them. For many people, salary is not just a motivator, it's a necessity. So, completely ignoring external rewards may not be practical. A balanced approach is needed where basic financial needs are met, but intrinsic motivation is also nurtured. In my opinion, this is where Daniel's idea can be adapted rather than applied blindly. We can start by giving people small choices, encouraging learning, and connecting work to a larger purpose. Overall, the puzzle of motivation is not just a talk, it's a wake up call. It challenges deeply rooted beliefs and offers a more human centered approach to motivation. It reminds us that people are not machines, they can be driven only by rewards. They are individuals with emotions, ambitions, and a desire to grow. To conclude this talk, leaves us with a major question. As we are motivating people in the right way, or are we unknowingly limiting their potential? Because we true, uh, because true motivation doesn't come from outside; it comes from within. If we truly want people to perform at their best, we must stop controlling them and start inspiring them. Thank you.